Hello, family and friends. Set my timer. It's the Old Crow Dances and Saraleena is her name. I got her from Spirit of Halloween, and she's one of the haunted dolls. And yes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I just love her. This is the tragedy doll. And she was my first choice. Um, I did have a $4 off coupon, which I figured helped save a little bit on the shipping. Was like about $5.99. Then there was tax, and she was $19.99. Well, she came down, got it down to 23 something. But she was the first one I wanted to make sure. There are more I want to get. These are online only though, and I just adore her. Now I'm gonna press her button. She does talk, and hopefully you can pick this up. She has three. I'm watching you. She said, "I'm watching you."
Here, baby. And some cookies with your eyeballs. For you, darling. You dropped me and I broke. That made me angry. I know drop you.
She said, "You dropped me and I broke. And that made me angry."
Oh, you showing the doll? Oh.
Come play with me. She said, "Come play with me." She has three sayings, and I just adore her. She was my first. This is the tragedy doll, but I knew her name well before she got here. Saraleena. She has no eyes. She has a little pinafore on. I'm going to tack down her collar in a couple of places because I don't like the way it's standing up. I want it to lay like it should. So I'm going to go through and tack it down a little bit. And her cap does come off. And she reminds me of the old time baby dolls that was in my day that had hair. This is how their hair came. And now her little bonnet or nightcap did have just a small section that had some orange yarn hanging down for hair, and I didn't like it, so I very carefully went through and pulled them all out because she's not a rag doll, she's a baby doll. And yes, I think she is much happier to get rid of those too. So we got rid of those. And I went through and snipped a bunch of little, what they call Irish ribbons off. Now her dress does come looking stained, and so does her nightcap. And the only thing I have an issue with now is I need to tack this down in about 3 spots because I want it to lay correctly because I don't like the way it's laid. Then I have some real small flowers that I'm gonna put a flower here, and then I'm gonna put probably 1 or 2 flowers on her nightcap. And other than that, I'm gonna find her a pair of pantaloons because I feel that's kind of necessary. Yeah, I think we need some drawers, so if I can't find them, I'm going to go to Build-A-Bear because I know they have a lot of stuff like that. If I can't find them, I'll make her a pair that should be simple. I'd rather find them though, so I don't do so good with sewing. But yeah, I'd like to get a little pair of pantaloons for her, and maybe a little pair of cream colored patent leather shoes to go with her. Um, she's not, to me, a Halloween item. She will be out all year. I'm thinking of clearing out a cupboard that I'm going to put her in. We're going to get some more. I've got 3 more that I definitely want. One's already in my cart, and hopefully in about a week I can order that one. And then when I get my check at the first of the month, I'm going to try and get the other 2. There are a couple more I have my eye on, but I don't know if I can afford it. But there are 4 that I'm getting. She's one of them. I've got 3 more. But I just love her. And lo and behold, I had her sitting over here. I have a little table, so she could watch what I was doing. And I got up to get something, and when I turned around with my big butt, knocked her off the square. So it's like, oh my gosh. But I did tell her that I had no guarantees, because my hands, I drop things a lot. But she didn't break, so I was lucky about that. But yeah, I set her selling. So she probably mad at me, but I gave her a big old kiss and told her I was sorry. But now, to some people would say, "Oh my God," but I'm just crazy about her. And like I say, I have 3 others picked out. One is already in my cart, and hopefully, and they were very fast at shipping. That I will give them credit for. They were extremely fast at getting it to me. Um, Now I want to get the next one in my cart is one of the minis. Is the bride mourning doll. She's all black, Victorian mourning doll. They talk. I didn't realize they talked until I seen Lady Grave Dancer and Sunshine Morning Ray haul them. So that was a plus plus. They're $9.99 for the little ones, and then the shipping. So I'm getting her next, and then after that, depending on my finances, it will be the big bride doll. Will be after that, and then there's like the older grandma doll with the gray hair that I want, and those are the other 3 I want to get in, and there are a couple more I like, but I don't know if I'll be able to afford, because I have wanted some haunted dolls for a very long time, and I've even asked a couple gals that make them. Never got a response back of how much they wanted. And when I discovered these, it was oh, Lord help me. Brenda Geyser hauled one. And I was all over it. So I went to the website, and it's like, I was so excited. It was like, finally, I'm going to get me some of my baby dolls that I've so wanted. And I like I say, I just love her. She has no eyes. That's what happened. She was dropped. She lost her eyes. No other damages. But I just love her. But I did take the red yarn off, because to me it didn't feel right. She is not a rag doll. And I think she looks much better without it. It was very easy just to pull them through, and I tossed them. But I'm going to get her a little flower there, tack this down, and put, oh, one or two little flowers on her bonnet. And I do wish to get some pantaloons, maybe a little pair of anklets that has some lace, and I would like some little ivory colored patent shoes. But Build-A-Bear has a lot of stuff, and I'm thinking she's about in the right size that it should fit. So let's spiff her up just a little bit. And I'm very pleased with her. And yeah, I'm very pleased. And the other one that I have in my cart must be one that's ready because she's already told me what her name is to be. So when she gets here, then I'll show her and tell you. But this is Saraleena. She had let me know that before she got here. And yes, I'm weird, but oh well, we all got to be different. We can't all be alike. But I'm so happy. She has a soft body. She has her little pinafore, her little shirt. Her battery pack is in the back, and I think she takes 2 double A's. And yeah, I am well pleased. So this is, like I say, I can't afford one to get into the little heftier prices. And plus, when you add that shipping, I just hate paying shipping. But sometimes when it's something you want, you have to pay it. But they were very speedy at getting here. And she was the tragedy doll, and I am crazy about her, and I am just so very, very happy that she's here. And I'm getting a special place lined up that is going to house all of them because I do smoke. And the smoke, if you have been around or if you are a smoker, knows that it gets on everything. So I've got a bunch of stuff I'm going to get rid of that I haven't wanted for a long time. And these babies are going up in there because it's a closed glass cabinet. And so she's my first one. And I just wanted to introduce you guys to her. And as I can afford, and before they sell out, there's that chance, I will pick up what I can. I do want a few others because I'm very, very tickled. And now, I can't remember for the life of me who showed it, but it was some black garland, and it was made out of leaves. And it was all black. The leaves, the vine, it was a thing of black leaf garland. And it was supposed to have come from Michael's. I have been on Michael's websites 2 or 3 times. Cannot find. It's like they hardly have anything up, or I'm looking in the wrong spot. I know everybody's complaining about how expensive Michael's is, but I want one strand of that to go across my headboard. And I don't know how much they paid for it, but I know it's someone I watch often. I can't remember offhand who it is who had that particular piece. And I want that. And then I know I am not having a good night. I'm sorry. Ember Honey Raven, the big fat witch. She calls herself. She showed a black skull that had a cork. It was a glass skull from Big Lots. Now, I only have a couple Big Lots here in town, and I went to one and they didn't have it. So I'm going to call the other one because it's quite far from me and see if they have it. It's like $6. And I really have wanted one of them for a long time. And I know Michael's has them, but I'm sure they're going to be a lot more than $6. So I'm so hoping to find one at Big Lots. So I only want one. But I have one more to check out, and I'm going to call because, like I say, that's it's hard for me to get around. And that's way far from me. So I'm going to call them and see if they can tell me if they have it. Maybe I can send one of my kids to go get it for me. Or, because I looked online and they did have it, but it's in store only purchase. So it's like, drats. You know, I really needed you to be to where I could buy you online. And, so I want to get that, and like I say, the black, it was a leaf. It was a black leaf garland. And it was from Michael's. I have no idea how much it was. I can't find it on the website. And I really want to get one of those to go across the top of my bed. Then I've got some little dragonfly lights that I had gotten quite a while back from Dollar Tree that I want to wrap around there. And then I want to put my Jack skeleton that I had hauled last fall up there. Although I may have to watch him with Smokey. He may end up in the cabinet with these guys because that is a big problem. The smoke does run things. And I'm not going to quit. That's not going to happen. You know, I jumped on the scale 207, so I still haven't gotten that extra 5 pounds off. And I started my diet, and I had my breakfast, and everything was going. I was getting a lot of stuff done this morning. And I took my morning meds. Now, this is the second time it's happened that something has went wrong. Either I set my meds up wrong because of my vision, I might have screwed up. But it's the second time it's happened to me where I've gotten really, really sick. And I know they wanted to go to Baker's, and I had wanted to go, and then I started feeling bad. And I said maybe I should stay home while they were insistent I went, because they knew I wanted to get a few things. So I went, but everybody started going in different directions, and it's like, you know, I was even talking funny, and my speech was slurred, and my mouth was dry, and things were looking funny. And when one of them came back by, it's like somebody needs to stay by me. Something's wrong. I told you I didn't feel good earlier. And I says, something's not right. And I says, you need to get me out of this store. And you need to get me home. Before you find me laid out in an aisle somewhere. And so we went to the pharmacy. I got my bag of meds. And we come home, and I dropped there goes my timer. I dropped my purse, I dropped my bag of meds, I sat in a chair, and I swear I passed out. Just like that. That was around 10 a.m. I didn't wake up till 4 until one of the kids came in and thought it was odd that I hadn't picked up my packages because I'm always eyeballing the mailman. And it's like something's wrong with my morning meds. So I've got to go see the doctor and tell him what's going on. And I really don't even want to take them. Because I don't like whatever it is that's happening to me when I take them. And see what the doctor says. because I've never had